Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and I have a video to do for you today. It's been way too long since I've filmed anything. I think I haven't shot a video in like a week, which is crazy. It's getting ready for Blade Show. It is the start of the busiest season of the year with what my wife does, so doing a lot of photography and stuff. And it is now 9 o'clock. My wife and daughter just went to bed, and I'm going to have a Dr. Pepper cream soda, which if you haven't had, you really you want to try one of these. It's my favorite. I'm gonna be up for a couple hours, and I got up early this morning, and so this is gonna help, hopefully. So, Blade Show West just happened, and a lot to talk about there. I'll probably, in one of my upcoming podcasts, I'm sure I'll talk more about how the show went and all that. But long story short, highlights basically. Friday morning, I got up super early, picked up Ryan Rimmer Designs, my partner from Left Concepts, and grabbed him from LAX. We jetted down to Long Beach and got to the show about an hour before it opened. Line was relatively long, but not insane. Had to go through metal detectors. That was kind of weird. Apparently they were just checking for like OTFs specifically or something. That was the murmuring going on. Anyway, got into the show. Everything was fine. And then, I'm going to show all the things I got here. But basically, there were 2 days of the show, Friday and Saturday. I stayed in Long Beach Friday night because Ryan needed a hotel anyways, so we got one with 2 beds, and it's great. We got to spend a ton of time together, chat with a bunch of people, and see a lot of friends, people that I haven't seen in a while. Some I just saw recently at USN, but it was really great to see a lot of people. And then, Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon, I dropped Ryan off at the airport, and then I caught the end of the show after that, and then grabbed dinner with my buddy Ashton, Slashy Tones on Instagram, and then headed back. And so that took me to Saturday night, and then Sunday, family day, all that kind of stuff. Yesterday was Monday, and it was so crazy that I just literally didn't have the time to get the camera out until it was, I think, like 9:45, and I was so exhausted at that point that I just didn't do it. So here we are tonight, finally getting to film, and I'm going to show you all the things I picked up at USN. Now that we're 3 minutes into the video, we'll get started. I'm sure some people love that. All right, so a couple of things. I didn't go absolutely crazy. I actually didn't even have anything like on a hit list before going. California Custom Knife Show is right around the corner, and at that show there's a couple things I really want to get. Number one, Koenig is coming, and they're bringing some DLC areolas, and I am hoping to get a full DLC Arius. That would be great. Daniel Osborne is coming, and he's bringing, Oz Machine Company. He's bringing a bunch of Roosevelts, and if I can get another Roosevelt, I will. There's like approximately 5,000 people who've already asked me if I will proxy for them and get them a Roosevelt. The answer, if you're thinking as you're watching this, should I ask Jake, will he get me a Roosevelt, is absolutely no. Pound sand. No, sorry. I mean, come to the show or don't. I have a couple of very close friends who've asked me to get them a Roosevelt, and if I am able to get one, then that would mean I can't keep it because they're first come, first serve, one per person. So if I give it to somebody else, I won't get to. Anyways, that's a whole thing. Stop asking people to proxy for you if you're not already close with them. I just feel like that's a weird thing to do. Unless you're going to offer them a bunch of money to do it. I don't know. Maybe I just don't. I see it differently because a lot of people feel like they know me, so they feel like they can ask me or something. I'm finding it harder and harder to be nice to people asking me to proxy for them when it's like the first time we've talked, or we've never really talked all that much. And even if we have, I'm not going to that show for you, going for me. Anyway, with CCKS coming up, there's the Rosie, there's the Arius. I know Usler Custom Knives is bringing some ducks. There's a number of things on my hit list. And at this show, there wasn't really anything before getting there that I was like, ooh, I gotta have that I knew was going to be there. But in typical knife show fashion, I got there and there were a lot of things that were shiny and beautiful, and I really wanted them. So the first thing that I got, first few minutes in the show, was this bad boy. This is the new Monterey Bay Knives Sea Otter, and it's their first knife that they're building in-house. They're making this up in Monterey Bay, up in California, Northern California, and goodness, I've been excited for them to do this. I love that more and more companies are starting to come out with U.S. built knives. It's just awesome. I want to reward that behavior with my dollars when it happens. And it's also a cool Laconico design. This is one of the first few that they've made. They really haven't put many of these out yet. Sorry, I'm like burping as I'm talking because of this Dr. Pepper. They have not put out many of these yet. This one is in CPM 154. I don't know if that will be the steel that they'll stick with long term, but that's what they're doing right now. It's rocking a hollow grind, titanium frame lock. This is the one with the fuller in the handle. It's a very Laconico design feature. They had some with plain handles. Just before I got this one, I think they'd sold the last one they had for day one that had a swedge, but this one had the fuller. This is exactly what I wanted, and I was stoked to grab it. So here we go. That is the Sea Otter from Monterey Bay Knives. And yeah, these are still, at the moment, hand ground by Ray Laconico, which is pretty rad. I don't know if I can show this either. I just kind of slow rolled it, but you can front flip it, which is sweet. I didn't even realize until the night after I'd gotten this. I was talking to Ray Laconico and Sanford Owen from Monterey Bay Knives, and Ray was like, "Oh, did you realize you can front flip it yet?" And I was like, nope, I did not realize I could do that. So that's a cool little Easter egg for you. Anyway, Sea Otter. People are probably going to ask, I'm sure. So table price on that was $380. That's what I paid for that knife, which for a US built, hand ground, really nice folder. Cool. I was happy to do it. So let's see, what's the next thing I got? I guess technically the next thing that I got, actually, no, I don't even have to really think about it that much. The next thing that I got was not this pouch, but what's inside the pouch. I did actually get the pouch there at the show as well, so I guess shout out to Gromit's Leatherworks real quick. Gromit's Leathercraft, I should say. Talked to the guy behind it at the booth. He was nice. I needed to get a leather slip for... Let me reach in and pull it out. This is my first Pena custom. Enrique Pena has been just, I don't know, a maker kind of on my list of favorites for a while now, and I haven't owned any of his customs. I've only owned X series knives of his, which are his kind of React collaboration OEM builds. So this is a Lanny's clip, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Also CPM 154, so I guess I bought a decent bit of CPM 154 at the show, but this is one of his front flipper liner locks. Gorgeous micarta. This shield insignia thing, I don't know what you call these on traditional knives, badge thing is called a keystone. I learned that. And yeah, this is, it's so good. You can see I prefer to literally kind of do this top flip, like I reach over and pull. It is so ridiculously fantastic. Gorgeous hand rub on the blade. And yeah, Enrique is just an awesome dude. I chatted with him quite a bit at the show. I got to meet him and talk with him quite a bit at USN as well, so it was nice to see him again at this show and to get one of his customs. And so yeah, I got the custom. It comes in a little taco pouch from Enrique, but I know that people carry traditional knives in leather slips, and so Ryan actually got the twin to this knife, if you will. Not identical though, it's just different color micarta and a different like shield thing, insignia, whatever you want to call it, but also a Lanny's clip custom from Enrique at his table. And so we were both like, we should get slips for these because it feels right, and we found these at the show. We both got the same slip as well, which is pretty rad. So we're twinning in more ways than one, but yeah, really nice. I've carried it already like one whole day and also kind of a half a day in this slip, and it's really nice. It's almost like I just have two wallets on me in a way. So since I carry my like actual wallet in my front right pocket, tossing this in the back left pocket is pretty clutch. Works great. So Enrique Pena custom front flipper Lanny's clip. And again, because people are going to ask, table on this knife was $850. So it's a custom pena. It's not cheap. All right, the next thing that I got, I was at the table at ProTech actually to buy a Malibu for a buddy of mine. I know I just said like proxying is dumb. I'm not going to proxy for people. I proxy from time to time for close friends, but this was actually for my buddy Casey, Knives Fast. He just like a day or two before the show was asking, I think it came up because he was talking to Kevin about it, and Kevin asked if I would sell it. He wanted a Malibu, and I have my really nice titanium with wood inlays Malibu, and I also have my all blacked out aluminum Malibu that I got at CCKS last year. And so they were asking if I would sell it, and I was like, maybe. I don't really like need two Malibus. And then I decided against it ultimately, which made me feel kind of like a dick, because I was like dangling it in front of him like, yeah, Casey, I might sell it to you, like I'd even give you a good price because you're a buddy, but ultimately I was like, nah, I just want to keep it. So then at the show, ProTech had show Malibus that were all blacked out, just like basically what I was offering to Casey, except theirs at the show had a mosaic pin button, and they were laser engraved for the show, numbered up to 100. So I stopped by the booth, and I know Matt over there. I've talked to Dave quite a few times. Love ProTech. And anyways, while I was there getting the Malibu for Casey, which I messaged him after I got it, and I was like, hey, if you want it, I got one for you. And he was stoked. I sent it out to him today. So I'm glad he's going to have a Malibu now. I feel like everybody who's a proper knife guy should have a Malibu. It won 2020 Knife of the Year for me. Anyway, while I was there, they also had these. This is a Runt 5. And you might remember, I've already reviewed the Runt 5. I had one when they kind of launched the model for Blade Show Atlanta. And the one that I had was black aluminum, but it had the mirror hand ground mirror polished blade, one of the Mike Irie blades. And it was gorgeous, just wasn't like the Ultimate User. And they did those in 154 CM because they were the crazy hand polished, nice, ridiculous blades, right? So I've wanted to get a 20 CV one for a while, and then Dave was asking me, he's the one helping me buy the Malibu, he was asking me if I had if I had a Runt 5, and I said I did, but I sold it, and that's part of how I funded the really nice Malibu that I now have. And they showed me this one, and I had to have it. So I got this Runt 5. This is the Warncliffe, not the reverse Tanto, in 20 CV, and with this like OD green anodization on the aluminum, and it's the perfect Runt 5 to actually carry and use for me in my preferences. And I just love this thing. Fires so hard. It is kind of unreal how nice these Runt 5s are. So I've got my kind of forever Runt 5 now, the one that makes most sense for me to carry and keep in use. This is the pouch that the MBK came in. All right, so other than that, I only got a couple of other things. The first one was actually a gift from Ryan, because he just brought it at the show and tossed it to me and said, here, keep this. So shout out to him. This is a Tie 2 Design Tech Liner pen, and he actually had two. He had me pick between the two that he had. This one has no clip, which is kind of the reason why I picked it. I feel like all my nice pens have clips on them. The other one he had was also titanium, but did have a clip. And these are sweet. So it's a magnet cap. It's like magnet attracted onto here, so it stays on magnetically is what I'm trying to say, and it'll snap onto that side as well. So just super simple, really nice titanium pen, and these magnet caps are just fun. It feels, I don't know, unique, the fact that it's all magnetic in its function. So I've got this. I don't know why I keep putting it back in this tube. I'm gonna keep it out of the tube now, but this Tie 2 Design Tech Liner pen from Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. You're the best. Then a couple other small grabs. So this is from VanQuest. I carry the Dendrite kind of fanny pack, usually as a chest bag, but I carry it all the time. I've done videos on it, and I really, really like VanQuest's stuff. I'm sure I will end up with more of their bags, but this is specifically an insert because it has a Velcro backing in the main pouch, and this is an insert for carrying a pistol, which is really rad. I do have kind of a soft holster that I set up with some Velcro, like a patch on it that I can use, but this is their, like, the one that they designed to be used with the dendrite for that purpose. So pretty cool. It's adjustable. I could, depending on different sizes of firearm, I could adjust it and all that kind of stuff. So if I ever get the itch to put a firearm in the dendrite, I'll let you decide whether that ever happens or not. Then great, I've got this little insert in there. VanQuest had a sweet setup. They had a lot of cool bags and stuff there too. All right, so one more thing that I got. This is from Asphalt Trays. And I had just started following this guy on Instagram. I think he liked some of my pictures, and I just like clicked on him and saw that he made these. I had never heard of him. I think he's pretty new, but they're pretty cool. He's making them here in the US. I think he's a Southern California dude, and they're just these really nice work trays. And he does his own laser engraving, and he machines them, and they're just sweet. So this one is one of the leather insert ones, and then he also does some with like cork insert. Those are cool too, and they're like pretty inexpensive. I think this one was right around $50, like 55 or something. That might have been show price, so maybe they're a little more online if you buy them straight from him or something. But it's really, really cool, and it's even like there's all these little things about it. So like it's screwed together on the back here, but then you've got these little nubs that stick out taller than the screws so that it sits level on a desk and doesn't slip around. They're like little rubbery knobs, and it's just cool. It's nice. Got all these slots up here for your bits, multiple slots where you can set your screws and your clip and your scales and your liners, and it's just a well thought out little work tray. And I thought they were going to be way more expensive than they were. That's what I was kind of most surprised by, was how affordable these were. And I have like two really nice custom leather work mats, and I've got a NAF's like giant mouse pad style work mat that has the banter printed all over it. Then I've got a smaller mouse pad with the baby banter. I've got like a lot of work mats and stuff at this point, but this is more like tray-ish. I don't know. Clearly I'm finding ways to justify all of them. Anyway, so there's that. And then the last thing that I came home with isn't for me to keep, but it's for me to review and then send along. It is a prototype. And I'll be doing a kind of a proper first impressions. I'll probably record that tonight if I can make the time. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And then I'll do a full review before sending it along. But this is the Arcane Design Co. Abyss. This is his new prototype. It's a clip point, kind of Bowie shaped blade, and it is wild looking. So it comes in one of these pouches. At least this prototype does. I'm assuming this is similar to the packaging it'll ultimately come with. But Israel over at Arcane Design Co. is a really cool dude. I got to meet him for the first time at CCKS last year. He had a booth there. Great, awesome dude. It was nice to get to chat with him at a show. And then ever since then, we've chatted every now and then. And I've loved seeing what he's up to. His designs are awesome. I fudged that. I'm trying to do it so weird, like at the... Anyway. Nice guy. I ended up having dinner with him on that Friday night of the show. And... just a really, really cool clip point that's kind of futuristic. And if you are familiar with the Arcane Design Co. knives, this fits right into the lineup design-wise, but it's different from all of his other knives. He's got a Warney now. It's called the Crawler. He's got the Necronaut, which is the Tanto he came out with at first. And then he's got, that's going to be embarrassing if I can't remember the name of it. It's the double-edged dagger that he like worked together with Something Obscene Company to make, and I can't think of it. It's gonna bug me, but anyways, he makes a double-edged folding dagger that's a collaboration with Something Obscene Company, Felix over there, and yeah, just really, really cool knives. So this is his newest model. The pre-orders, I think as of when this video goes live, the pre-orders should still be open on this. Really, really cool. So I'm probably going to be pre-ordering one for myself. There's going to be a couple of alterations on the full production model compared to this prototype, so I'll go over those in the videos that are specifically about it. But I really appreciate Israel letting me borrow this, just come home from the show with it, and he said I can carry it and lightly use it, which is also nice. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to have this in pocket and go ahead and start putting it through its paces a little bit. I've done a little bit of like cutting paper today and stuff, but anyway, cool knife, prototype, and not to keep, but I can pre-order one if I want to. So that's nice. And yeah, anyway, I think that is everything. I also got a ton of like stickers and cards from people and stuff. Gave out a bunch of Left Concepts and Bearded Gear stickers. That was fun. Got to shake hands with a lot of people and meet people that watch the channel, which is always super, super weird for me. Shout out specifically to Hollywood Tactical. That dude was hilarious. We were going to check into the hotel like part way through the show first day, because the hotel check-in was at like 4 o'clock or whatever. So we ran to grab the stuff from the car, and as we're on our way to the car at this intersection in Long Beach right by the convention center, someone rolls down their window and just yells, "Bearded Gear, Bearded Gear." And I'm like, who in the world is doing this, right? And he just shouts out, "It's Hollywood Tactical, I watch your videos." I was like, thank you, man. And then we got to chat later at the show, and then after the show he's there that evening, and then actually after the show again on Saturday. And super funny dude. It was great. It was very embarrassing to get my YouTube and Instagram handle yelled at me in a public space as somebody was going through an intersection. I don't think I'll ever get used to that kind of thing, but it was a lot of fun. The show was great. These are the things I got: a custom pena, a new sea otter from Monterey Bay Knives, a ProTech Runt 5 in the perfect configuration, a work tray, a nice pen, an accessory for my VanQuest bag, and a prototype Arcane design company Abyss to check out and review. So certainly a very good show. Plus, honestly, the best part about all of it was getting to spend a couple of days in person for the first time with Ryan, who's my partner on Left Concepts. It's wild that we had only spent virtual time together up until then, and it was super natural and awesome to just meet each other and hang out. We hit it right off, and that was the best part of Blade West for sure, was spending that time with Ryan. So great show. Anyway, I'll share way more details. There's a lot more that happened than that in an upcoming podcast or something where it seems more fitting to do so. And yeah, in the meantime, I guess that's it for now. So thank you for watching, everybody. Again, try Dr. Pepper Cream Soda if you haven't. This is not sponsored by Dr. Pepper Cream Soda. I just actually love the stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.